Yeah, Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to all my group members. So today we're gonna discuss our name, our news, the name of our news, and we're gonna divide up our newspaper into four needed sections. So to start off with the discussion, I suggest that maybe two or three of us give name that are suitable with the news, and we suggest and we'll take a vote on it. So anyone wants to suggest first?
Okay, may I start first?
Yeah, you may.
By the way, my name is Nur Khairiani Sofia bint Abdul Rahim. My number matrix is my matrix number is 207611. Okay, actually, when I was reading the questions, I was thinking if we could name our newspaper as Daily Daybreak. I think it's very suitable because usually people read a newspaper during their break of the day. So whether it is in the morning or during their lunchtime, they take a break and spend their free time reading newspaper before they continue their daily routine. So I think Daily Daybreak just relatable and perfect for our newspaper. When you go to the store, you see the newspaper and you go like, why don't I give myself a Daily Daybreak? So yes, I think it could catch people's attention. So I suggest Daily Daybreak. So if anyone have a better ideas, you can speak for your suggestion. Anyone?
I also have a suggestion to make. So before that, my name is Shabika binti Azami. My matrix number is 227 and the name that I want to suggest for our newspaper is Telegraph Weekly. So the reason why I choose Telegraph Weekly is because it sounds a little bit classic but also catchy because the telegraph itself carries the meaning of a system for transmitting message. So it means that our newspaper will be a weekly system for transmitting message for the reader outside there. So what do you guys think?
I think that's a great idea, and I would like to suggest another one. What about we name our news as the Group 87 Post? Because the 87 itself represents our group, and the G could be another meaning, maybe like global or great. So it can symbolize our news in a good way, where all the news of from all over the world are gathered in one section or in one news. So I think since we gave three suggestions, how about you guys vote on which one you think is the best? Does anyone
For me,
want to vote?
I want to agree with Sophia's suggestion, which is Daily Daybreak.
I choose Daily Daybreak too.
I also will choose Daily Daybreak.
Okay, since I see the majority choose the daybreak, so I'll just go with it. So we have our name of news down, so we can move on to the next section, which is uh, next part of our discussion, which is breaking down the news into four media sections. So I think to start off, we could give our suggestions for what the topic or title is for the sections, and then we comment on them after everyone presents. So for myself, I'll start first. I think we need to have a technological advancement sections. This is because the technological advancements sections is really important for the elderly and the older people, because most of them are getting their news from the paper and also from their magazines, so they are very old school and they don't receive like messages from Twitter or other stuff. So they get their information by reading. So I think because most of them are need to evolve into the technological age that we have today, they have to know more. So if we put it in our news section, they can be interested to read because we are putting it in an easy way for them to read. And other than that, I think it's very important because in our education we actually need these technological advancements to use in our daily life. This is because, like, for example, what we're doing right now, it's a very important discussion for our Lex group, and we discuss our topics just by using platforms such as Google Meet or Zoom. And I think that because of these advancements, students are able to discuss from far away parts of the world just by a click of a button. So that's the suggestion for one section for me. Does anybody want to carry on suggesting?
That's a great idea, Ilman. In my opinion, we should add health section in our newspaper. Basically, health is the state of being free from injury or illness, either physically or mentally. So we know that better health is the central to the human happiness and well-being, right?
Yes.
So, in order to improve our quality of life, we should expose the issue regarding of health in the newspaper. In addition, newspaper is one of the trusted medium to get the general knowledge, and particularly it is being supported by the right source. For example, if there happen some health issue, they will do proper research and must be referred to the doctor or individual who specialize on that issue before written on the newspaper. Next, this section also give benefit to the elderly. As we already know, elderly are more prone to the disease and illness. But from my view, nowadays people tend to use a digital platform to gather the information, especially the younger generation like us, rather than the old one. This is because the elderly might not be too familiar in using gadget. So when there is this section, they will get to know what currently happen from time to time. Not just that, if the information spread through online platform, it can be lack or fake. Mainly for this kind of information, which is health issue, it will be dangerous if the info was wrong and might affect certain people that believe and use it in their daily life. If you wonder with my opinion, just imagine one message being forwarded from one chat to another chat. It might be edited and changed by someone who consider himself know about that things. It might be true or not. That's why, to my way of thinking, we should have this health section in our newspaper. What do you guys think?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, me too. I think that's a very good idea because it's about health. And people should really take note about health. Yeah, so I also have suggestion about the section that we could include in our newspaper. So for me, the section that should be included in our newspaper is about food section, because I think the knowledge about food and nutrition is very important and people must know about it, because good nutrition is often the first line of defense to avoid many diseases. Okay, so people don't know that foods can be a cure too, because they always depend on the medicine, but they don't know that medicine will give a side effect too. For example, at our kidney. Okay, so next, I think we easily can attract people because we publish about food. Okay, everybody loves to eat, so they will willingly read our news about food. And like Aini said, newspaper is a trusted medium for people to gain information. So I think with that we could use this platform to publish about this food section. So, and also people are quite quick to accept the awareness because it's something that we consume every day in our body. Everybody wants to be healthy. Everybody wants to eat a good food, a healthy food. And next, I think we should put food section in this newspaper, because not many people know about the hidden info that contained in the food. Hidden info behind some diets. Okay, so to avoid people believe in misclaim of foods, we should include this section in the newspaper. So I think that's all from me. What about the others?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea, Atika, because I agree that we need to expose more that food sometimes can be a remedy to certain diseases or certain illness. So I have one suggestion. How about we insert a lifestyle section in our newspaper? Because for me, it is an interesting section. I've read a lot
Yes,
of
yes.
newspaper when I was in high school, and this section is one of my favorite because it gives a lot of information and sometimes covers variety of topics such as fashion, interior design, a nice place to travel, and even about family and relationships. These topics actually tends to relate to life at home and how the readers can look after themselves as well as a variety of hobbies to engage themselves in. Looking at our current situation now with the pandemic and all, we tend to easily get bored and have nothing to do, especially when we need to stay at home. So I think this section will be useful section for people at home to create new hobbies at home so that they can be productive. So anyone with better ideas?
So I think that's a good suggestion. Shall we continue with another person? Maybe Hadif wants to say something. Okay, let's continue with the video discussions. Hadif, you were saying something before you were cut off.
Okay, I think the sport session must be in our newspaper. Sorry.
Yes, why is that?
The sport have their own benefits, not only for children, for the elders. First benefit I have is body healthy. We can manage weight because the sports can improve our metabolism and helps to burn our calories. So obesity among us. The second benefits is I say it because sports can beat stress, anxiety, and depression. People can play the sports without thinking about their problems. The last benefits I have is social benefits. When people play sports, require them to play in groups, just like footballs or netballs or rugby. Or create the among them with others. And
Hello?
how
Hello, Hadif? Continue with the part where you're talking about rugby.
uh, last benefit I have is when people play sports that they require them to play in groups, just like footballs, netballs, or rugby. Produce or create the bonding among them with others.
Okay, so
That's my opinion. What about you guys?
okay, so what you were saying that
Okay,
the sports were
thank
talking about bonding between the community, so that's a good idea. So Ami, you were saying something before I cut you off. Ami pula.
okay, thank you, Adif. Besides of sports that we do it physically using our body, we also can do sport only using the devices like our phone, laptop, and the others, which is called e-sport. Okay, what is e-sport actually? E-sport is a form of sport competition using video games. E-sport often takes the forms of organized multiplayer video game competitions, particularly between professional players, individually, or as a teams. As an example of professional players that involved in e-sport, such as Ahmad Fuad Razali, known as Fredo, which is pro player of PUBG Mobile, who represent Malaysia to the global level. International professional player from Jordan like Amir Al-Barkawi, known as Miracle, who were once in the top 1 of Dota 2 and who won millions of dollars. Lastly, Malaysian's favorite player who is Faris Zakaria and also known as Maharaja Solos, won in Malaysia in the live streaming industry. Now I want to share to all of you why the esports section must include in our news. First, esports can boost people's strategic thinking, teamwork, communication, leadership, and confidence building. Esports can improve our problem-solving skills. Research shows that people that play video games have far much better chance of navigating through complex psychological issues compared to those do not actively participate in video game. Sport can help people to generate their income. For the example, streamers such as Solos can make his profit between 10,000 ringgit to 160,000 ringgit in a month. So I hope this section that I already explained to all of you must include in our news for our benefits. Thank you. Anyone else?
I think that's a great idea, Hadif and Amma. So before that, my name is Nurul Izzah Batrisha binti Muhammad Razali, and my metric number is 2072 and 92. So for the last section in our news, I suggest that we put celebrity section, because celebrity section is as important as other sections. Regular news is so boring, stressful, and somewhat heavy to read, while celebrities news are more entertaining, comical, and relaxing. So I suggest that we put their lifestyle, their autobiography, or the autobiography of new faces in the field, their upcoming project, their advices in life, or even the gossips. It can make the readers feel good knowing that being a celebrity are not an easy career, and they do not have an easy life as they suffered as much as we do. Also, celebrities have much influence in the society, and I think they are more famous than some politicians. So as public figures, anything they do, they say, will be followed by many people, especially those in early 20s and teenagers. So I think this section will be loved by many people regardless of their age. So I think that's all from me.
Alright, that's a good suggestion, Izzah.
So guys, before that, I have an idea. Because if you guys notice, actually, Aini, Atika, and Sophia section actually related. So how about we combine the three of them sections and put it into one section called healthy lifestyle? Because we don't have to always get a good idea actually. What do you guys think?
Nice idea.
I think it's
Okay, nice idea.
I think that
Nice.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think so too. So since that Shafiqah has suggested that we clump all the three topics from Aini, Atika, and Sophia into one big topic, called one big section called healthy lifestyle. That sums up our news. We have the technological advancements, the sports, the healthy lifestyle, and also the celebrity section. So I think that we have achieved the objective of our discussion. Our news name is officially the Daily Daybreak, and our four sections are the ones I have mentioned just now. So I think that's all for our discussion today. So thank you guys for participating, and see you guys in the other video.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you,
thank you.
guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, thank
Bye
you. Bye.
guys.